Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another jam-packed hour of Top Gear Radio. We will be chatting about cars, and more cars. This is your host, Marc Arvilla, and my lovely co-host...
Good evening. Welcome to Paranormal Hangover. I'm Lauren Sheridan.
Yes, lovely.
Co-host.
Oh, this is a paranormal show?
Yes, I'm very nervous.
Oh, crap. Sorry, I was ready to talk about cars. I have nothing prepared for paranormal.
You're weird.
Thank you.
But you're handsome.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hope you all had a wonderful week, folks. It's just been so awesome here in Massachusetts.
It's raining. It's pouring. My day was so boring.
I think I saw Noah outside, and he just said, screw this, and threw the paddles in and started swimming.
Hell, he waved. He drove by with a beatbox. Boombox?
Noah drove by with a beatbox.
Boombox. Beatbox? Hey, it is Gloucester.
Noah.
Gloucester.
So, okay.
He paddled by. Is that better? He paddled by. He rode on through.
So, I suppose most of you are here listening live because you expect to hear from Brian Cano, that guy that was on that show, Haunted Collector, and he has his own little gig called Scared, he and Chris Mancuso. And he just seems to be all over the map lately with all the events that he's doing.
Mm-hmm. He's not coming. No, I'm kidding.
So Brian will be joining us probably in about 9 minutes or so to chat with us about all things Brian Cano.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get some juicy tidbits out of him from
not
that show.
Not Cano, not Canto, not Cantus, Cano. Yeah. Brian J. Cano.
Why does everybody have such a hard time with his name?
I don't know. Well, let's be honest. The Cesare's name wasn't exactly easy at first. You have to understand the hard C, but still. People still say, De Cesare, De Caesar.
De Caesar. Hail to Caesar.
Hail to Caesar.
My favorite thing is the fact that, well, I guess probably because Zaffis never said Brian's last name. It was always my tech guy, Brian.
Brian, my tech guy.
Brian, my tech guy. What the hell was that?
The hell was that?
The hell was that? Anyway, so Brian will be joining us, and later on this evening, we will have Ken DeCosta of Rise Up Paranormal fame.
Yes.
They have a big Paracon going on down in Rhode Island this weekend.
They do. Ocean State Paracon.
Yep.
This Saturday and Sunday, 12 to 7.
Yep. Both
$5
days.
to get in each day.
Yep.
Benefits autism.
Yep. All the money goes to autism. Zaffis will be there. Krista Cesare will be there.
Yep.
And many, I think Joe Chin might even be there, our buddy Joe.
That guy?
Yeah, so that's something we'll be doing later on, that guy Joe. And I think that generic black shirt group T-shirt, thong wearing, that guy Flip's going to be there, I know that. But
yeah, he wears thongs. Yeah, you were right. You're right.
Well, yeah. But so they'll be joining us or joining someone at Ocean State, maybe not us. We'll see if we can get there. So what else is going on in the paranormal world, my lovely, beautiful co-host?
I don't know.
All right, so that was good filler time on the radio from Lauren. So
I'm ill-prepared. It's a very long day.
I had the pleasure of being on a paranormal roundtable the other day with Don Bouchard and Aaron Sagers, and we had
the Undead Randy podcast, right?
The Undead Randy podcast. He's a very good friend of ours, and we spent some time chatting about some mainstream topics and some not so mainstream topics, and there was a pretty good one. So I'll post the links to that later on, maybe on Paranormal Hangover and on my page and Lauren's page, and everybody can check it out. It was a fun time.
It was a good listen. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Don can talk, forever. So
I think it went on for an hour and a half. We went a half hour overtime because it got so heated in the discussion.
It did get a bit heated. I got nervous. I started pacing.
But anyway, if again we want to just plug a couple things here where we got some time. We do still have our Lizzie Borden event going on at the end of August 29th.
I think we have 2 tickets left. We still have those 2, huh?
Yeah, 2 tickets remaining.
This is unacceptable.
Listen, folks, the tickets are $165 each. That $165 includes your meet and greet, quick little Q&A session with Amy Goodwin. Then after that, we're going to be doing a tour of the house. There's going to be plenty of surprises during the night. You're going to get your money's worth. Plus, it includes your room for the night, staying overnight at the Lizzie Borden Bed and Breakfast.
Yeah, I mean, come on, really? How many times can you get kids say you had a chance to do that
you
without having to pay an arm and a leg?
No, you can't beat it. You can't beat it at all. I won't tell you what the rooms cost otherwise because it's more expensive than the ticket you'd be paying for this whole event. So,
Plus, breakfast?
And you do get breakfast the next morning if you wish to partake. There will be a breakfast in the morning. And at breakfast, they will be serving us, and we can all sit and chat and talk about what we found the night before, and if any of us had anything cool happen when we all retired to our rooms.
Yeah.
And then we also want to just give a quick shout out to DTM's Denny and Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
They have an event at the end of this month, July 26th, I believe it is, at the Haunted Palmyra.
Okay.
There are tickets available. We really need people to step up and buy some tickets. It's going to be a great time. $50 $55 or $2 for $100, which I think for an event like this is a bargain.
Yeah, I agree.
The area is beautiful. It's out near Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in that area, if you're in Buffalo or anywhere near there, this is well worth it. It's a cool place. It's been on my ghost story, and I've read and seen plenty about it. It's a bit of a drive for us, but we're trying to see what we can do to get out there for this event too. Yeah. So it should be a good time. Hit them up. Hit up Denny and Tiffany for that to get information on that event. Mm-hmm. And see how much or how many tickets are left. And I think they have some hotel information too for hotels in the area.
Yeah.
So
sounds good.
I'm doing an awful lot of talking, and
that's okay.
Lauren,
I'm doing an awful lot of dozing off.
Lauren and I tried out a new restaurant tonight. I don't know, a new sub shop here in town, and I think we're suffering from food coma. I decided to be a fatty McFatterson and eat a nice super beef with cheese, mayo, and sauce, and some curly fries.
Also, I've been up since 5:15 a.m. So working my little butt out.
Okay.
My cute little patootie.
Okay.
So I'm tired. That's the long and the short of it.
Long and short.
The long and the short of it.
So, and also, people should visit our page, the Paranormal Hangover Facebook page, and like us and share us and tell other people to like us, and go on Twitter at ParaHangover.
Yes.
Like us, follow us there, and tweet and twit with us, and
twit
and tweet. And twit. Email us on Gmail, paranormalhangover@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Basically, whore us out so that everybody likes us. We also want to have topics. We want people to send us messages and
things they want to talk about.
Yeah. Things they want to talk about. Guests.
As simple as that. Yeah.
Who do you want to see?
Exactly. Who would you like us to have on? Who would you like to talk to?
Yeah, and I don't want to hear me.
Yeah.
Have me on.
Have me on.
Okay. Well, we'd be more than happy to have you on, but who else besides you? This is we'd like to have you on, or Nick Bagel Chip come on the show, or someone like that. But who
are you?
We just need time. We need time to be able to fit everybody in, because we're filling up our schedule fast. But we want suggestions and ideas, and we've gotten some pretty cool ones so far. We're trying to fulfill them all. I think we don't have 100% confirmation on next week's show, but I think everybody's really going to like next week's show. And then for the next several weeks, we've got some really cool guests coming on, so we're not going to steal anything from this.
No.
No. What else? What else can we talk about? So how are you? How's everybody there?
Torrential downpours. So we had tornadoes and then torrential downpours.
We've had everything. If you watch the news.
Yeah.
It was
hailing in Colorado yesterday, right?
Looked like a blizzard, but it was hail. It's pouring massive amounts of rain here.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, fire, brimstone.
Fire, brimstone.
Armageddon has arrived.
Don't say that. Mr. November partook in his last All-Star game last night.
So sad that Derek Jeter has played in his final All-Star game and is now moving on and has half a season remaining under his belt.
Aww.
Doesn't look like he's going to get to be Mr. November this year the way the Yankees are playing, but he's going out his last game. If he plays it, his last game will be at Fenway Park here in Boston, and I'm pretty sure Boston fans will give him a good send-off.
Yeah, we will be celebrating.
Yeah. He's a class act, and you don't hear Boston people say that about too many Yankees.
No. What did he say? What did he say when he stepped up to the plate? His first at bat. What did he say to the catcher?
He said to the catcher, he goes, "What's he throw?" I haven't seen him.
I've never. Yeah, but it was ghetto Jeter. He's like, Tell me, how does he throw? I'd never been up against him or something like that. And Michigan comes out.
Oh my God. So hopefully we'll have some cool announcements coming up in the next couple of weeks too, because we're working on a lot of neat stuff behind the scenes. Oh, very important news. We received Paranormal Hangover business cards today.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes, we're excited. They're
Throw
very
up the confetti.
Cool. If you want a Paranormal Hangover business card sent to you, private message us on Facebook with your address, and we'll send you a Paranormal Hangover business card.
A plethora.
Autographed, mind you. It'll be autographed by...
Autographed with our pictures.
Yes, we shall autograph it. So anyway, without further ado, I see a number calling in. Hopefully this is our special guest for the evening.
Let me see. 'Tis him.
Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. We've done enough bantering back and forth. Let us bring forth our guest of the evening.
Is this the Brian J. Cano?
This is. It's good to be here.
Lovely. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Hello, Brian.
Good day. Good day to you both. How are you?
We're very fantastic. I'm quite perky this evening. My guest is my co-host is perky. Things are looking good. We're going to talk cars. Are you okay about talking cars for the evening?
Cars? Like the band? The band, the Cars? Sure.
Ooh, I didn't go down that road. We could have done that.
Tonight is all about 80s music. It's all about the Cars. What's up, Brian? How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic. Sweating to death.
Excellent. Glad to hear that.
Torrentially raining, and otherwise we're good.
Way to talk over the guest.
Wow.
Brian, my friend, Mr. Cano. Why do people have such a hard time with your name?
I think because it confuses them that it's only 4 letters, so I don't know. It seems pretty simple, but then again, there's so many different ways to pronounce an A. And then you have that guy on the Yankees who had to come on the scene, and everybody mispronounced my name unequivocally. So,
Brian Cano.
Yeah. Oh, don't go there.
I hear Cano.
At least he had the decency to change his number, because when I played softball and baseball, for company leagues and stuff, my number was 22, and that's my birthday. So it's always been my number. So when he showed up on the scene, I'm like, you've got my name, you've got my number, what the hell? So you changed it to 24, so we're good now. I don't have to kill him.
I can see where the confusion would come in, definitely.
You guys look so much alike.
Softball leagues, Major League Baseball. Man, I had that same problem when I was number 8 playing softball. Everybody thought I was Cal Ripken Jr. I'm like, no. I didn't retire to these leagues. I'm still me. But so we loved having you on tonight. Thank you so much for agreeing to this. And people didn't want to tune in to hear us talk baseball and banter a little bit about that. They want to know about paranormal stuff, I guess. That's kind of why this is a paranormal show.
Kind of.
So, Brian, I have a question for you that I think I've never heard anybody ask, and I'd love for you to kind of chat about this for a little bit. Can you explain to everyone what the difference between urban exploration and ghost hunting is?
Okay. They're mutually exclusive things, but they do overlap in a lot of ways. Urban exploration is, for the most part, I guess it is kind of hard. If I'm to speak intelligently about it or speak bluntly about it. When I was a kid, I used to just, like to explore the woods in my hometown of Staten Island, and there's a lot of ruins there, and you see a ruin, you go in it. When you get older, that's called trespassing. But when you're a kid, it's just, hey, I'm exploring, I'm having adventures. And when you're in high school and in college, you're still having adventures, but then it's called urban exploration. And for the most part, I do feel there's a legitimacy to it. The credo is take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints. And I've always felt that there's a definite appreciation for the architecture. There's a certain beauty in decay. Go online, go to opacity.net, go to any number of websites, even onto Facebook, and you'll see people posting pictures of ruins. And it started out with places like Waverly Hills, Penhurst, Philadelphia State Hospital, all these different places. And for the most part, they're just standing ruins. But there's a beauty to it that goes beyond just, hey, I want to go in and ghost hunt. This was around before the explosion of ghost hunting shows and interests. And I always like to think of it as the grandfather of modern-day ghost hunting, because for the most part, we would go in and try to validate the claims of activity in these places, be it an urban legend or an actual sighting. And it's kind of like Scooby-Doo. These kids are driving around with a van and they're solving mysteries. No one called them. No one asked them to come. They just showed up and said, hey, we're here, and now there's an old guy in a rubber mask that you need to be made aware of. That's kind of urban exploration.
Sure. Now, have you encountered the old man in the rubber mask during urban exploration?
I've encountered crackheads. I've encountered scores of kids. There's always kids looking to party or scare one of their friends. There's a dark side to it. While we're going in to film and while we're going in to appreciate the things that we're going in for, unfortunately, abandoned places do attract vandals, criminals, and things like that. So at least in my area, because I'm in New York City, so there's a very dense population. So if you have an abandoned building, most likely there's homeless in there. They might have substance abuse problems. Again, on the dark side, you often find a lot of oddly placed mattresses in some of these places. You know what those are used for. So, it's you have to be careful. It's not something that I would recommend for someone to do. But if you're doing it, I definitely have tips.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I can't. It's obviously not safe. But has anyone ever recognized you when you've encountered these groups of kids?
Yes, but not for a haunted collector, because for the most part, since I've been on TV, my urban exploration has been limited to events and whatnot, and they already knew I was going to be there when they were coming. But I remember back in the day when we would film our local documentaries. It was called Scared on Staten Island, and we would be filming in a place called, for instance, the Farm Colony on Staten Island. And this is a place that is abandoned. You're not supposed to go into it, but there's always dozens of kids in there. And you could hear them. They come in little groups of 3, 4, or 5. And typically it's 4 guys and 1 girl, or 2 girls and 2 guys. And they're all trying to scare each other. So you hear them giggling and talking and laughing. And they're not being stealthy at all. So here we are, me and Chris Mancuso and the rest of our team. And we're in there, and at first we tried to steer clear of them, but then we said, all right, let's have some fun with these guys. And sometimes we would scare them, or sometimes we would just stay frozen in our tracks and let them encounter us. And here we are in our military outfits, jack boots, cameras. We're looking official. We look like security, so they're scared. They're like, oh crap, we're busted. And we always say, all right, guys, don't worry about it. Just either you have to leave or just be careful.
Yeah.
So back in those days, when we aired locally on New York Cable Access, people would be like, "Oh, you're the Scared on Staten Island guys. That's so cool. Oh, can we be in your movie?" And we're kind of like, "Well, you're hindering our movie right now, but sure."
Are you talking about New York One?
No, that's a news station.
Okay.
At least in New York, and it's like this mostly across the country. Every city or county has to have, by law, a cable access channel available for the public to use in order to be able to air their own programming for free.
Sure.
And that's what we aired on.
Okay.
Very, very cool. Now, what do you do, or what type of measures do you take to protect yourself? And I'm not just talking about like environmentally from the elements that you're in, but is there any sort of thing that you have that, other than your official uniforms, that kind of scare people off a little bit because they look like security? Is there any way you do protect yourself when you go into these areas? And I'm not talking like you strap and carry a gun or anything like that, but is there some sort of anything, like do you scout it out first and make sure that there's no homeless, or how do you protect yourself when you're going in?
For an urban exploration, there's definitely measures we take. We always scout it first before we bring in cameras and whatnot. As much as possible. Usually these places are large. They're not something that you canvas in one day. So you do the best you can. A lot of times, because they're ruins, there are environmental things that might make it difficult. But this is why we go to scout. Like, for instance, Philadelphia State Hospital, a.k.a. Byberry. When we went, some of the tunnels were flooded, pretty much from waist level up to chest level. A lot of the kids in there would like to light things on fire, so quite often the fires were set. And
sure.
Knowing where these areas were, knowing a little bit of the lay of the land in order to get out or get through quickly is always good. And I mean, if we did encounter people, for the most part, they were either just curious people like us. And if they were dangerous, we did encounter some dangerous people along the way, but for the most part, they're not looking to get into a fight. Just as long as you kind of back off your turf, you're fine. But I never really carried anything. I never carried a weapon or anything like that because, honestly, if you're going to go into a place, the last thing you need to be is holding.
You can always bring your cat.
Yes, because he'll vomit on them and that'll...
Yes, stay back or my cat will vomit on you.
Poor kitty.
Well, the reason I asked the question is I've noticed a bit more than usual now, people putting up videos or photos of quote-unquote urban exploring and ghost hunting and it just seems to be a conundrum, just a big confusion of what exactly urban exploring is to them, because they think Brian Cano does it and it's scared and he's a ghost hunter, so just going into this building and ghost hunting is urban exploring. And I just wanted to kind of get a little clarification as to what exactly is urban exploring, and the way you've told it, I hopefully will clarify that blurred line a little bit for people so they can understand it better.
Well, for the most part, I mean, if you're going to go urban exploring, you need not bring a single piece of ghost hunting gear. Like, you can just go and just wander and explore. I mean, that's at base, that's what it is. You are exploring. You're wandering around. And our early videos, when we did a lot of urban exploration, was us just walking around and going, wow, this is, look at this place, look at the things that were left behind. Wow, can you imagine what it would have been like when it was open and there was patients here? It's, you're really just immersing yourself in your surroundings. And, of course, because we're being compared